Hi. I think I'm going to read Cruel Beauty for a little bit. Oh. Hi. Yeah, I had to find a new one to do. So hi, Shonda. I had to find a new alternative, which is Restream. So I just found out today that StreamYard only lets you do it for like 20 hours, and then you have to pay for it. I don't know if this one will let me do it free all the time. Maybe not. But so far it's working. So what are you reading? I have to figure out my lighting situation because like it is just horrible. Yeah, I'll probably be reading Cruel Beauty in a few minutes. It's my book club read. I only just realized she's on the stairs in this cover. I don't think I've really paid attention to the cover. But I'm glad you're excited. Oh yeah, let's see what the comments look like when they're put up here. I like the way that does it. Oh, I like the way it does that. I've got to figure out my situation. Okay. That's always such a good part of the book. I love Rosalie's storyline so much. Like I find when I read books, like the character that people think of like as the meanest or the bitchiest is what I usually prefer. But I just loved her. I mean, I hated like what happened to her, but I loved her story so much. And I also kind of love that she is. It might not have said that yet, so I'm not going to say what it said. Because I think you said you're reading this for the first time. So I'm about to say something that I'm not sure is a spoiler or not. But I love it about her anyways. Hi, Kaylee. All right, we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I just noticed like the cover that there's actually a person on the cover. I thought the whole time it was just this big rose and a staircase, but there's a person on the cover. They do. They have such a good one, and now like I don't excuse like past like awful trauma as a means for like you being a jerk, which I don't really think Rosalie is a jerk anyway. I think she's opinionated based on past experiences, but I don't think she's a cruel person. Whereas like some characters are just spiteful people and they blame like their bad lot in life on it. For Rosalie, I think she's just like this is my opinion and you can choose to like it or not like it. Yeah, it's your first time. I think the last time I read it was at the end of December. At the end of 2018 in December, I reread the series for like the third time. And then I read Midnight Sun not long after it came out in 2020. I'm not really sure if I'm going to reread the series again, though. I'm going to look to see if I can find. Because I think I saw that you commented There's like a screenshot, I think, that you commented that the snowmen can be named. Let's see if we can name the snowman timers. I don't know how you'd name them. Oh, okay, I see it. So we're gonna have Shonda, Kaylee. I think I'm spelling it right. I'll have to look real quick. Yeah, okay. Haley. Save. There we go. Well, you can't see it yet because I haven't shared my screen, but I just named them. Right, lots of people have horrible things happen to them and still find it and then be compassionate. And I think Rosalie is compassionate. She's just misunderstood at first. I agree. And if you read, I don't know if you've already read Midnight Sun. I don't know if you were waiting to get through the series. I think Midnight Sun is a really, really good book for Rosalie. Yeah, so I think Midnight Sun is a good one. Yeah, I named them just now for the three of us that are currently in here. Let's see, picture in picture. I'm kind of like, you might just see stuff happening because I'm trying to see how everything looks. It's not going to do that unless there's other people in here. Let's say I share my screen. I share that. And then I guess it would show me what it would look like. Well, it says I'm sharing it. But it's not showing me that you guys can see that I'm sharing it. Okay. Oh, there we go. So cinema, picture in picture, half screen. Okay, I'll probably do picture in picture. But right now we don't need to show that. We shall see. Yay. I think I'm gonna wait like another 2 or 3 minutes to see if Kaylee's joining. She just sent me a message. She just said in here she's gonna see if her computer works for it. If not, Uh, it's Kaylee. She's just using her mom's YouTube account, so it shows up as Wendy, but her name's Kaylee, which obviously you wouldn't know that. So because it says that she should be at home, but I guess from her school she gets a school computer, so she's going to use that computer because she's been having issues with her personal computer. It looks like. Oh, there she is. Let's see.
Hi.
Yeah, it's definitely a new thing, but I really like the way it's set up. I think it looks
I know
nice.
everything else.
Okay, so on the side, I have like chat, captions, graphics setup. If you have a setup screen as well, that might be where you could put your name in the corner.
I have no clue.
Because I don't know if your screen's going to look the same as mine. It should, relatively
Mine's
speaking.
also on my phone.
Ah. Yeah.
Whoa.
I was just trying to see which one's going to be the
So much
best.
moving.
I think I'm going to do it picture in picture with us to the side.
Okay. Yeah, my phone hates me. My screen.
I'll do it that way.
Why are there two Haleys? That's my question.
Because apparently my screen name is also Haley for my what I'm sharing is also Haley. I guess I'm going to start the sprint at 25 for 30 minutes.
Okay, can you still hear me?
So you got 1 minute? Yeah, I can.
Okay, it's because I have my headphones over this too, so.
I can't hear you as well as before, but I can hear you. There you go. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start it. Our snowmen have been named.
I don't need that one. Okay, there we go. That should be better.
I'm going to start it. Our snowmen have names now, so we know who we are. And I'm going to start it for 30 minutes. So loud every time.
Hey, I won.
How dare you? How dare you?
Well, my AirPods aren't working.
Can't believe you won. Personally offended.
Okay.
Did you do any reading, Kaylee?
Or
Can you hear me?
damn. Second. Oh, it's cold on my thigh.
Shonda, how much did you read?
My AirPods really be.
I read about 26 or 27 pages of my book. Shonda got in 22 pages. Did you read any, Kaylee? Ah. No. What happened? Just hold on 1 minute. I don't know if my computer's freezing or not. Oh my god. It's like please work. I'm currently having an issue with my screen like being frozen. Like I know that my live's still going, but like I got the little spinny circle of death going on right here. And until that goes away, I can't click on nothing. I don't know if it's gonna shut down the stream or what. This is really frustrating. I don't know how to make it stop. Oh god. Come on. I'm not trying to shut out my whole Chrome window to stop the stream. I don't know how long to let it go like this. All right, well, I can see your comment. I don't know if I'm still going. So Shauna says, I'm kind of torn because while I love the book, I'm not liking the control issues Edward has, the consent issues Jacob has, and the commitment issues Bella has. These people are a mess. So I agree with the first two. I agree that Edward is really controlling. I also think Jacob is super controlling and he doesn't know how to like respect people's wishes. But Bella, I don't feel like Bella has commitment issues. I feel like she's very committed to the one person who left her. Like super committed to that one person. And has pretty much been like the same way throughout the whole entire series. That's why I never understood why people are like team this or team that. It feels like she's been very clear from the beginning how she's been with who she loves. I think that she's trying to make sure she's making the best choice, but I feel like she's always known who she wants to be with. But I agree with the other two. But I mean, it's always open for interpretation. I don't think I feel like I'd have to close this out just to get it to do, and it would close out the stream. I don't know if I could. If I got it on my phone, could I keep the stream open if it's on my phone? I don't think it could switch back and forth like that, though. This is frustrating me so much. Because honestly, if it closes down, I'm probably not going to start it back up. But I'm trying to see if Restream is on my phone. Do I have to get it just through the website? This is so frustrating. And it shows me moving behind the stuff. It just shows like basically my Chrome browser is not responding. But I'm gonna see logging in on my phone to see if it's possible to get it to switch back and forth without having to end anything. But like I said, if it ends it, I'm not sure I'm in the mood to mess with stuff. It shows I'm still streaming, it looks like. So I still see your comment. So you think she has commitment issues because she's going over to another guy's house, holding his hand and everything. I don't think it's appropriate. So I do agree to a certain extent. I think she's leading him on. But again, with friendships, I think it's just like really, like I said, it's open to like personal interpretation. Because I've had close friends. I've never been in a relationship and had a close friend. So like, I don't know, I would necessarily do it the same way that she does it. But like she has a very close friendship. Yeah, see, okay, so the holding hand thing I agree with, because I see that you just said, I'm just imagining me or my husband doing that to each other. I can't picture that. I wouldn't go to another guy's house, one relationship. I don't, and that's why it's a personal thing. I don't agree with that. I think if you have a best friend who is a guy and you're in a relationship with someone else, it's not fair for you to ignore your best friend. I hate when people seem to like I disagree with my best friend on this all the time. She thinks if you're in a relationship, every other personal like relationship with a guy should be cut off, and I don't agree with that. Jacob is her best friend. The only issue there is that Jacob always wants more, and she's aware of that. So I don't think she set up good boundaries with Jacob, like being like, hey, I need you to stop being the way you are because I've clearly made my choice. But I wouldn't say that she shouldn't be allowed to not see her best friend. The holding hand thing, yeah, I see where that issue is. But just her going over to his house, I don't see as an issue because that's her friend. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to, because like while I guess it's showing that it's working for you, I'm just still getting a lot of issues. I was not being able to mess with anything on my browser. Like if Kaylee's even still here, I'm not able to let her back in or nothing. So I'm just, it's annoying. So I'm still trying to see. Told me how to use I'm gonna hit allow, save password. Is it doing both? Is it doing both? Okay, so I think it's showing me on my phone. I don't know if you're getting it from both angles. If you're watching, let me see if it's showing both angles on YouTube real quick. Because that way I know I'd be able to exit out of my browser for a minute and just go back and forth. So let me go to where I'm currently at. I can't tell.
I'd be able to exit out of my browser for a minute and just go back and forth.
Okay. All right, I'm going to exit out of my browser real quick to see if I can get it to work. Oh, that's so annoying. So now I'm opening my browser back up, and I'm hoping. Oh, that's so weird. I'm restoring all the browser pages. Okay, I guess I'm back. I don't know how much that interrupted the original stream. But I'm back on this one. Kaylee, if you're still here, feel free to join back. I just think I messed up something when I was messing around with things. Yeah, it was a hot mess. I don't know if anyone's still here because I don't know if this is actually still streaming live or not. It says it is, but I had some issues. Yeah, wasn't that so much fun? I think I probably had. I think I had too many open, honestly, because I had like a bunch of YouTube videos open. Yeah. I don't know if it's just having a grand old time. Lots and lots of issues. I vaguely saw your last comment, Shonda. I think it was something about how you just felt like they all had a lot of issues when it comes to relationships, and I agree. And I think a lot of the time, not that teenagers don't notice, because a lot of teenagers these days do like notice the issues with Stephenie Meyer's writing. I actually think her writing is really harmful in a way for teenagers, because I think Edward is in general a bad person. I think he would be considered abusive by a lot of standards. I think Jacob's a little bit that way. So I don't know. Like, they're not ideal to me for a romance storyline, because the guys are just kind of insane. Personally, like, I think they're just overboard and try to take away her autonomy and stuff. So I have a lot of issues with it. Yeah, I don't know. It still says someone's here, but maybe it's like, oh, I think it's saying that I'm the only one viewing. Maybe nobody else is here, and I'm just talking to myself. Right, so, but they are young and still navigating all of that, but I don't think we should normalize certain things, but I think we have come a long way to society about noticing those qualities. I do think people notice it more. Like, when Twilight first came out, I don't think anybody was out there openly criticizing it for, like, the abusive qualities, because I'm sorry, like, just coming from a background of abuse, Edward, to me, is an extremely abusive person. I wouldn't say he's physically abusive in any way, but he's, to me, emotionally controlling, manipulative. And he says he gets to be that way because he's like a big, strong vampire and he knows what's best. And Jacob's the same way. He's also really manipulative. Like, they're both emotionally abusive. Like, they both try to control Bella. Edward's a little bit of a stalker. Like, not even a little bit, he's a stalker. He's 100% a stalker. Like, in the first book, he straight up stalked Bella. Like, there was just no other word for it. He stalked her. And I think people just normalized that and they didn't see that that's what it was, but that's what he was doing. And like, them being teenagers or being young, like, in a sense of them trying to figure themselves out, really doesn't excuse it for me, because like you can still make bad decisions as a young person. Like, you shouldn't be excused for your age with your life choices, because they're completely, especially, you know, Edward, he's lived a long life. So I don't know. I don't think, and it's like difficult because like I'm criticizing it and I've read it multiple times because like it's like a guilty pleasure read. It reads really well, like really fast, really quickly. But I think the last time I read it, I was just like reading. I was like, because I think when I reread it in 2018, I hadn't read it for a long, long time. So I was just like, how is he this kind of person? How is she with someone that's like that? I don't understand how Myers could have written characters like this and think it was okay. But that kind of writing still goes on today, so. Yeah. Bella gets scrutinized too, I guess. But like, to me, like, any scrutiny on Bella, that's hard for me because I would consider Bella the victim in all of this. Like, is she kind of a little bit off maybe in how she expresses her relationships when she's in a relationship? Yes. But at the same time, she's like in between two really controlling people, I think. So I think out of all the people who deserve scrutiny, it's really not Bella. I don't think Bella deserves scrutiny to the degree that other characters do, because she's just kind of stuck in the middle of it. Yeah, that is insane. And so and the thing is, like, you know, I read these, I first read these in the, or not, in the mid 2000s when I first read them. And then I probably reread them again maybe like 2 or 3 years later. And the last time I read them was at the end of 2018. The thing is, when you read Midnight Sun, all of this is worse. Like, all of this is so much worse. I think Stephanie Myers wrote it when she wrote Midnight Sun, because, you know, she's been writing it for over 10 years. She tried to address all the criticisms, but it just kind of fell flat for me. There's a lot of interesting things in Midnight Sun in terms of the story that I wish could have been in the original story. But I don't think it's a series I'm ever going to come back to, because like I looked at it more critically, I guess, the last time I read it, kind of knowing what I know now about like how people are and just being more critical of things in books. I'm just like, this is not the story. But just to really, it is a fun read. It's a quick read. I like Breaking Dawn the most out of all of them. I usually tend to like the last book in the series the most out of a series, especially if it's like a really long one. But I hope you enjoy them as much as you can enjoy them. I'm not saying they're outright bad books, because that's not really nice to say. I just think there's a lot of stuff lacking, and I don't think they hold up over time. To the time period they were written in, and now I don't think they hold up. But book opinions are really subjective. People will interpret things based on like their life and just what they know. So like, that's like the big issue. Even if you disagree with what I'm saying, that's completely fine, because book opinions are super, super subjective. And I don't mean to say anything that offended you in any way. So always take my opinions with like a grain of salt, because everything's open to interpretation. Yeah, no, I don't think either of them were good boyfriends for her. And the thing is, it's like it was presented to her to where she wouldn't have a good boyfriend, because like, so even Mike Newton, look at this like becoming Twilight discourse. So even with Mike Newton, he was even controlling in a way because he would get upset. Mike Newton to me is like what the friend zone guys are now, where they're like, I'm nice to you and I'm kind to you and you just don't want to be with me. So then after that, I'm going to be like kind of a jerk to you. I mean, he was kind of right about the kind of character that Edward is, but he's also not like a good person either. So I feel like they never introduced a person for another option. And that was Stephanie's point. You know, she either has Jacob or Edward. Nobody else is really an option for her. Never gave her a good option. So, and actually with Bella, when it comes back to this, again, I kind of understand her point of view with the friendship thing because Edward abandoned her in the second book. And so she was like, I spent all this time. Yeah, hold up. Sorry, I'm going to invite Kaylee back. I think it is. It says the link is the same one. Sorry, multitasking. So I think basically she was just put in a really bad situation. And she was like trying to rectify her feelings for Jacob after what she went through in New Moon. So yeah, she's just trying to deal with that while also being in a relationship with Edward. Because I feel like in her mind, she never really broke up with Edward, honestly. She said she'll join in a couple of minutes. I agree with that too. I wish more books did that, but I guess her goal was just to make it one or the other, like love story type thing. Which, like I said, I still don't understand where in the book series it made sense for it to be back and forth between Jacob, because in my mind, it just seemed like it was always Edward, I guess. Like even like by the end of book 2, it just seems like it was always Edward. So I don't understand why she was trying to make it like this big thing where she has to choose. Like she's not ever choosing between Jacob and Edward. It's always been Edward. It's like well, not well, yeah, like the Vampire Diaries or whatever. Like that one had a choice, I guess, at some point, but at the start, it's like it's always ever been one person. It's just one person. But that would be nice. That would be really nice to have more characters realize in books that they don't need anyone. They don't need a boyfriend or girlfriend. That just caring for themselves and just being for themselves is good. Being with someone, being without someone is good. Which is kind of why I don't read a lot of romance, because I feel like a lot of characters just get so hung up on needing to be with people. And I know that's not how every romance follows. I'm sure there's plenty of romances where people are like, hey, I'm just as good with you as I am without you. That's kind of why I stray away from them, because it just seems like in the ones I've read, the characters are just too much worrying about how they're not right or they're not equal or how they don't stack up if they're not in a relationship. I'm still trying to figure out an Eclipse. You said last time before you got your 22 pages in, you're in Rosalie's story. I feel like that's like kind of towards like the beginning of the book, like maybe like the first 100 pages. I don't know how far you are into Eclipse. So I've been trying to figure out my readathon, TBR, and what I want to do. So I don't know who I want to be in my readathon. I don't know if I want to be Scooby and Shaggy or Fred. Yeah. Charlie Swan is A+. He's great in the books. He's fantastic in the movies. Charlie Swan is everything. I love Charlie Swan. Yeah, because that's my thing about relationships. Like, even when I was a teenager and my best friend got a boyfriend, I was like, I hate that you're basically just putting me to the side because she's like, that's what you do in a relationship. I'm like, that's not what you do in a relationship. Like, do sometimes like they become like one of the more important people in your life? Yes, but they shouldn't become the most important person in your life. So I mean, you can make that choice for yourself. If Bella wants to make that choice, she can. It seems like she didn't really want to be friends with anybody at her school anyways. So like, but again, that's the way Maya wrote her. She wrote her to be isolated and lonely so that once she got introduced into one of these two groups, she would be all in instead of trying to like find balance in her life. Okay, so I didn't know if you'd seen any of the movies yet. I like the movies. I don't think either is really great, honestly. I don't think the books are very good. I don't think the movies are very good. But I don't hate the movies. Breaking Dawn's a little bit weird because it adds something in there so unnecessary because it doesn't happen at all in the book. But I like them. I don't know if Kaylee's gonna be back. She said she was. This next sprint, I probably won't be reading. I'll probably be looking at the readathon, the Scooby-Doo readathon online, and looking at my bookshelves, trying to see which one I want to do. I'm also kind of like working on updating my social media stuff. But I at least got my reading time in for the day. Like, my goal is to read for at least 15 minutes a day. I read for 30 minutes a day last year, but I'm reading for at least 15 minutes this year because there was really a lot of pressure on me last year for it. And I already got it in because I read for 20 minutes just now. But I think at 25 I'm going to start it. She'll probably pop in during the middle of it, but I think at 25 I'm going to start the next one. And I've got way less tabs open, so I'm hoping it won't freeze again. I had a lot of video tabs open, which is what I think was the issue, was I had so many video tabs open. My room's a mess. Look at my room. Look at how messy it is. But I need to do some filming. I'm getting a camera. This is a web camera. I'm getting a camera on Monday. I ordered a camera online. Oh, there she is. Hi. I ordered a camera online, and it should be here Monday, and I'm hoping to start doing my first YouTube videos with that. What are you making, Kaylee?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
It's hot.
Well, I decided I'm going to start the next sprint at 25.
Okay. Well, between the last one we did and the free time I had, I finished the math assignment that Tay helped me with.
Nice.
And I also started laying out like my rough draft for my English final for the book report. Like, I'm just going through Google Doc and like filling this stuff out on there, so I don't have to, worry about doing it in a poster board. I think my mom bought me 2 though, just in case, because she knows me and I'm very, very clumsy.
Yeah, I was telling Shonda that for the next one, I'm not going to be reading. I'm going to still be going through my TBR because I don't know what to do. You guys are saying that I need to be Fred for the whole gang to be there, but who's being Scooby and Shaggy if I'm not being Scooby and Shaggy?
I know, that's right. I think somebody else from the live was being Scooby and Shaggy.
I thought it was me.
Watching it. Oh my god, my cat just scared me. I think somebody that was watching it is being one of them.
Oh, I think it's Jess. From Shy's.
Jess is doing.
I think I saw that when Oh. Well, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I could probably do like a full 24-hour readathon during it.
I think it was like what was it?
I could just knock it out.
Was it like two pages or something like that? I don't remember who it was.
2 full books.
Yeah, 2 full books.
2 full books. Okay. I'll have to figure it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I think our snowmen are still named for 30 minutes.
He's so bad right now. It's not even funny. Kitty.
Oh no, they're not named. Fine. Okay, I'm gonna start it in like a minute after I name them. For some reason, they're not named anymore. That's
Kitty.
rude.
You gonna say hi, Kitty? My black cat.
What's your cat's
my black
name?
cat of happiness. Gunner. At least this one is. He's my black cat of happiness. My little baby. My little
I don't know how to
baby.
spell Gunner,
Don't
but I'm
take
making a
me.
snowman.
Gunner.
Okay, so I put it AR. Gunner's gonna be a snowman. You said ER? Okay.
Yes.
Done. Set.
You gonna win,
Alright.
Gunny? My Gunny
Let's
boy's
start
gonna
it.
win. Okay.
You, okay, so Shonda, you're doing Scooby and Shaggy then? Shonda said that was me. So she might be the one doing it. I just want to figure out so I can figure out who I'm gonna go with.
If you do that, like I can always help you with the prompts too, because I could probably find a couple that would work that like I read before. I'm pretty sure the one I'm reading right now might fit as one of them. You love cheating books. I don't know why I turned the light off because my food's still being made. I'm tired.
Then go to bed.
No. I'm not weak. It's only
You said you're not
probably
weak.
slept till 4. I'm not weak.
Okay, so she's gonna be Scooby and
3:30.
Shaggy. Yeah, it's almost 6 a.m. for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the snowman race. Let me share my screen. Hopefully
Go
nothing
team
crashes.
Kaylee and Gunner. That means if one half of them win, I have a half of an odd of being happy for once in my life because it's either me or my cat that wins.
Oh, okay. Look at these unfair rules that I have going on. You won. I am probably going to be ending my stream in just a few minutes because everyone in the house is getting up with it being almost 6 a.m. How far did you get into how much further did you get? I think I found some books that I will be reading for Fred. I'm still not 100% sold if I'm going to be Fred or not. I might just do it where basically I read whatever I want to read. And if it fits in the prompts, then it'll go to those people, because with 2 weeks of it and me possibly doing a readathon somewhere in between there, like a 24-hour one, I could knock out more than just 3 books. Definitely. But yeah, so how far did you get into your book on the sprint? I guess I'll wait for you to say. I found some books on my shelves. So for Fred, the first prompt is Twists and Turns. Your snowman won. Your snowman. I already X'd off the page, but your snowman won. And I was saying that I'm probably about to end it because it's about to be 6 a.m. for me, so everyone's starting to get up in the house. And I asked how far in you'd gotten into your reading. And then I was saying I wasn't sure if I was going to do Fred or not still, but I might just end up reading books for all the prompts, honestly. Because over the next 2 weeks, I'm sure I'll read more than 3 books. Okay, well, that's good. So for Fred, I think the first one is supposed to be Twists and Turns. So I have 3 options for it. Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. Please don't growl. Life of Pi by Jan Martel. This is probably going to be the one I'll read, but I just have 3 options. Sorry, my dogs are growling. And then The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Please stop it. All 3 of these are supposed to have like either something unexpected or a plot twist. They're basically listed on Goodreads list for like plot twists, like unexpected things to happen. I guess any of them would be good. It's going to be a mood thing out of these 3, probably which one I'll go with. And then for the next prompt, I think it was brave person or royalty. So the 2 options I currently have, but I also think I might read The Prince and the Pauper. I have that. I just don't know where it's at on my shelves. Hey, come on, calm down, guys. I have The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. So that's definitely a possibility because one of them is a prince. But I also have 3 Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. Supposed to be about 3 queens. Yeah, 3 queens, so definitely royalty. And then The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutkotsky. I bought the trilogy sometime like around March, I think, of last year, as well as Midnight Lie. So I wouldn't mind getting into it finally, but like she's not royalty, but like she's a general's daughter, and I guess what she's doing is brave, so that could work. But I also have The Prince and the Pauper. And then for the last one, which is Let's Split Up Gang, that's multi-POV. I'm gonna read Seven Devils. I have it on my Kindle, but that's what I'm gonna read on my Kindle. I just haven't my Kindle turned on, but it's Seven Devils by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May. It's definitely multi-POV. My friend recommended it, so I bought that. And then for the extra points, like the bonus challenges, so what was the bonus challenge again? So we have for the bonuses, we have Monster Madness Thriller Horror Book. I'll either probably read something by Stephen King, or I might read one of my thrillers by Ruth Ware. They have The Death of Miss Westway and Something Lying. But I also have a couple books by Stephen King that I could read for that. The next one is a book with magic. I don't think that'll be hard to find. I know I have fantasy books, and I'm sure any of the fantasies would have magic. I would just have to look for that. Yeah, I have 5 of them. I have 4 in the room currently because the 5th one sleeps with my mom, and they get really grumpy when they start waking up. And the one that's doing most of the growling is Jax because he's just really, really grumpy. He's been woken up. So for magic, I know for sure I have books that have magic in it. I just can't think off the top of my head. I thought I had one picked out, and I've already forgotten it. I might have had an option picked out. And then the last one is Scooby Snacks. I'm going to pick up With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo from my library for that one. This could change. I wish today wasn't Sunday. I wish today was Monday because I would just go pick up these books from the library and I would do a video with all my picks. But you know what? I might not even start reading them until Monday because I have from the 10th to the 23rd. So I might not start reading the books for it until tomorrow when I have all the books I want. And I'll just focus on Curl Beauty. So those are my options. A lot of these books I've had for a really long time. Like I've had Life of Pi for a while. Where'd You Go, Bernadette and Life of Pi. I for sure have had these 2 books for at least 3 years, if not longer. A lot of the books I have I've had for a long time. I won this as a giveaway sometime in 2019 and I haven't read it yet. And then, like I said, I bought this in March. Most of the books on this shelf up here are newer books with like half being like giveaway wins. And half being ones I bought. If this really does fit the theme of like Brave or Royalty, I might read this one because I bought The Midnight Lie by Marie Rutkotsky, and then I found out Midnight Lie, because Midnight Lie is basically an adult fantasy by the same author, but I found out it's set in the same world as the Winter's Curse trilogy, and that if I don't want to be spoiled for the Winter's Curse trilogy, I need to read it ahead of time because I guess things that are talked about in Midnight Lie are based on the series. Even though it's like a spin-off and none of the same characters are in there, like it's in the same world. So I went ahead and bought the trilogy and I've still not read anything. Another one I'm too lazy to go grab. I think I also have Graceling, which is also supposed to be something about royalty by Kristen Shore. I have a lot of books that could probably fit it. I have too many books, but it'll probably be one of these 2 for Bravery and Royalty, one of these 3 for Twists and Turns. I guess I could technically probably also read a suspense or thriller for that, but I think I want to read one of these 3s. One of these 3. And then, I don't know, I've got to get it all figured out. Have you worked on your TBR yet? I'm going to try and put some of these up so I don't knock stuff over. Yeah, you can see my little dog over here in the background. He's the one that's doing all the growling. If you can. He's the one being the jerk. I know. I know. Well, they're all coming for me. Hi. Hi, pretty girl. I know. So if you go to, I believe, if you go to the Roomies Digest on YouTube, their Scooby-Doo announcement has a Google Doc that has all the prompts in it and book suggestions. It's the Roomies Digest, or you could just like Google, or you could search on YouTube, You can search on YouTube Scooby-Doo Readathon and then look for the video by Rumi's Digest. There you go. And they're going to have all the prompts with book suggestions for them. I watched their video earlier. Again, everything's super open to interpretation. Like, so it doesn't have to be spot on royalty, spot on anything. But I am about to go. I really, really appreciate you joining. I'm hoping that this new site I found for streaming will work, because StreamYard doesn't allow me to do more than 20 hours if I want to have guests. And I don't like to kind of stream on my own yet. It's awkward for me. So I hope this new site works for it. Appreciate you coming. I may or may not be on sometime later today, but I'll probably definitely be on during the week. Goodbye, Stranger. That sounds like a good one. I was really excited for the Scooby and Shaggy one, because a lot of the suggested books are classics, and so I have all the classics that they suggested. But I think I like going with Fred. I think it'll give me a chance to read more of the books that I've bought that I haven't read yet. But I don't know. City of Saints and Thieves. That's the one with animals, right? Where it's like an animal sidekick, or it's about animals. I know. No barking. Don't lick my face. My face is clean. Don't lick it. I took a shot. I know you want to put your scent back on my face, but you can't. For Zoinks, I'm doing Devil's Kiss about a girl that's on the Knights Templar when it's usually men. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good one. Okay, yeah. Those sound excellent picks. Ooh. I hope we all enjoy our books. I'm hoping I get to go to the library tomorrow to pick up some of the other books I have off a hold that I know would also fit the prompts, and then I'll probably make my camera's supposed to come in sometime tomorrow, so hopefully I'll figure out how to make a YouTube video properly and get that posted with my TBR. But I'm gonna go. I think I've been on for 2 hours possibly. I'm sorry we didn't do more reading sprints, but we did at least 1 hour of reading sprints. I did have technical issues. I know. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a good night, and thank you for coming. Bye.